although it's a matter for the Federal Council, the GST Council to determine, but for years after the implementation of GST, a lot of people, including the top bosses of many insurance companies as well as LIC, for example, have told me on record that as far as GST on insurance is concerned and the renewal premiums, this is something that needs to be looked into. Have you also...
No, I totally agree, Siddharth. I think specifically when you talk about health insurance, term insurance, such critical savings, protection products and such critical social fabric protection products, I think out there relaxation on GST would be very welcome. Also, when you talk about products like annuities, see, annuities are largely bought by people who are trying to create a pension for themselves. And I think some kind of parity with the NPS would be very helpful to give a fillip to annuities as well.
Yashish, when we speak to people in government, they say from a sort of government priority concern, the government runs, both at the center and state governments as well, run large insurance programs of their own which are straight from the budget. Their effectiveness is not a subject matter that we are debating, and therefore the insurance sector and private insurers are being seen as a revenue source as well. Do you think this thinking needs to change as far as the government policy makers are concerned?
See, I think there are two facts about India. One is we are a very diverse economy. So you have lots of large parts of population who are extremely well off and at the same time who are not so well off. And I guess the government has a responsibility to take care of some part of it. And the government is doing that very well. Whichever are the vulnerable sectors, they are taking care of that. However, there are a lot of people at the cusp. Taxpayers, people earning about between 100,000 rupees to 200,000 rupees a month, that sounds like a lot of money, but those people are also facing the crunch. These are, what you would call marginal taxpayers. And I think somewhere some level of support is required there. And they are a bulk of the insurance buyers. If you really think about it, who buys insurance? It's mostly that group of people. There's about, 200, 300 million people there, and they are the primary buyers of insurance. So somewhere they are self-purchasing, but they do need support in terms of tax breaks, etc., which is, I think, which is in a way, I would say, lower cost for the government than kind of taking on the entire cost by itself, right? Giving a tax break is probably a lower cost.